Hello, all. I have an hour and a half before I have to leave for the doctor, and I'm gonna be playing Hearts of Iron 4, the mod for the what you call it, Warhammer 40k, and this is the year. I think this is 31,790, and this is the planet. Most of the oceans have been used for hydrogen fuel in the age of expansion of the empire, or rather the humanity before that during the age of technology. And then when the AIs rebelled and the humans had a huge war against them, it kind of sort of fucked up Earth. And then when it was kind of sort of fucked up, everybody decided to go all, real Earth on each other. And then we had this massive blob of everybody fighting each other. And a lot of these guys are techno barbarians or just outright authoritarian regimes. Some of these are chaos war bands. Like this guy's the Nordics are a chaos war band, so you can see what this game thinks of this. And this is where the Imperium of Man is currently, historically, it is in Nepal or in the Himalayan highlands. At this point, the God Emperor hasn't yet appeared, but it is going to appear pretty soon. I have to restart my campaign because I'm playing the only democratic nation in the world during this time, and you couldn't, as a democratic nation, declare war on anybody else until the world tension is at 100, and it's never going to get to 100 because it's not going to get to 100. So I played for like 10 years of this, and I had a very well advanced state, and I was like, fuck, I can't declare war on anybody, and I'm too advanced for anybody to declare war upon me. So the barbarians are going to fight until there's one barbarian horde, and then they're going to kill me. So I was like, fuck that. The Empire also got eliminated like 3 years into the game because when they started their expansion period, they didn't do their historical, which is one nation at a time and allied with the other nations. So you go one nation and you're allied with everybody else, then you disally somebody and you go for the next nation. That's kind of like what they did. It's not completely historically that, but that is very close. So they declared war on all the nations, got wrecked, and that's what happened to the real timeline. So yeah, this is my region. This is at the worst part of the Age of Strife, I believe this was called. As you can tell, I have 0 factories, so there's that. Here is the technology tree. Here it is. You can't even really see it. This is a new beginning. And here's the chaos path. Here is the democratic path. Here is authoritarian leadership path. And I think here is, here is nobility, true barbarians, elected president, and unholy conquest. So, empire is probably here or here. So this is gonna take me a while. I'm checking which of these paths I want to take. If I recall correctly, yeah, the only true path is to ragtag factories. Fuck the politics system. And I'm gonna be researching the industry tree. And the research tree. Keep in mind that this is in beta, so you're gonna see a lot of bugs and weirdnesses. I have no industry worth mentioning. I believe, yeah, I have 0 military factories as well. You guys get assigned here. Then I select half of you and assign you here. And I assign both of you under the same field marshal. And I can't promote this guy yet because I don't have enough command points, so you're gonna get that guy. Uh, and that's about it. There's nothing really to build. Infrastructure, because I'm an infrastructure guy. And there's nothing else to build. I want to edit this profile before I build more units, so that's going to take a while. There's nothing to really trade for, and I can't start an intelligence agency yet because it requires some amount of work. I'm not going to ease up in conscription. Actually, I might. What is my scraping the barrel? Then I'm going to ease up in conscription. I don't like the ones that give a negative to construction efficiency. I'm not gonna do any of these, and I don't really care about promise of peace. But I'm gonna do improve work conditions because I like the worker. This one doesn't have music, I think. My capital has a population of 71,000. Still pretty high for the age of strife, but not very. Total national population is 150,000. It's pretty low. Now I can assign a new guy. And I need one more guy. And you need to be promoted. But it's gonna take me some amount of time to get some more command points. Robert Maponera. Here we go. Now my army is fully staffed. And this is also something I don't like because it gives a minus to recruitable population. So I'm going to go with this one. But I need to be fascist or chaos and or be at war with a powerful enemy. So I think I may actually go to partial mobilization. But we'll see. I at least won't go below that. I'm gonna get the injection in about 3 hours, and then I'm gonna make a new recording, and you can see how fucked up I will be. Then I will smoke a bunch of weed to get the fucking chemical out of my neuroreceptors, and then I'll slowly get more sober, and then I'll get more drunk, and then I'll be good. After I have gone through what I'm estimating is between 1 and 3 grams of weed in a day or 2, I will not purchase more. Please kick me in the nuts if I purchase more. Kick me in the nutterinos. And this scavenge thing was completely useless because it consumes an insane amount of manpower for very little benefit. I could do the infrastructure build, but I think I need this one more. I'm gonna do the infrastructure build. Now that conscription is one step lower, I think. I think I'm gonna go to extensive conscription and then I'm not gonna go lower. Because this one reduces construction speed, which is absolutely crucial. and factory output, which is kind of beneficial. And this one's to partial or war economy, preferably war economy. And this one I need to go to free trade for because it boosts construction speed and research speed quite a lot, even though nobody's going to be buying shit from me for a long time. I think I'm getting to the end of the tech tree. And the good part, yeah. The technologies that cost more than 200 in industry is what I was meaning to say. Then giving this guy some abilities, defensive first, and that's all. Then this guy doesn't get any, and this guy doesn't get any. The brown bar is the strength of the group, and the green bar is the organization of the group. I need a lot of army experience to be able to modify my units, but I can't afford the training thing because I don't have any gear, and I don't have any gear in reserve. I'm gonna be building infrastructure in every province, but once it gets to 100% in any province, then I'm gonna be building it full of civilian and military factories and switching to the next province. But I'm gonna, just for the sake of keeping this list, have all the provinces building infrastructure. It's gonna take me around 5 years to be ready for a war, so Abjedu and the Banda started the same war that they did last time, and last time Banda won, but Abjedu pushed pretty far initially. Achaemenid expanded, took all of these guys in the nearby region. Falls ill because this is a desert, very unhealthy. So you can see the Weeaboos are pretty fine. They have a pretty large empire. America is also doing well. These are the actual names from the mythos, not somebody's idea of what they should be. It's really called America in Warhammer, which is funny as hell. It's gonna take a while for the population to demand another demobilization, but they'll get there. I think I'll go with free trade. Basic machine tools is ready. Dispersed industry. Nobody's gonna be able to do anything in terms of air damage to me for a long time, but I still prefer dispersed industry for, ideological reasons. I dislike that this what do you call it? Newfound land that's been dried up can't be used, and it's not controlled by anybody, so it kind of leaves empty land that you can't cross through. I think they should expand these territories to cover all of these new lands, but that's what you get for not having a complete understanding of who's who. Infrastructure, the game done. Train networks. Nobody is at anywhere near to good infrastructure. 70%. This is gonna take a while. Imperial Democratic Fascist non-aligned. Democratic with no elections. Nice. I could do improved worker conditions, but I think I'll go with the other ones first. We're gonna do the traditional unifying of the planet thing, and it's gonna take us a long time. Be prepared for that. I think I should man these borders with my guys to make sure that nobody can get through. But I have no idea of how many guys are needed for each front, so I'd need to do some manual adjustments. That's 15 guys on this side alone. And there's one over there that's not in this group. So that's going to be withdrawn. So it's more than 15 to hold this entire front. I may need to build some more guys. I think I'll take South America first. Seems reasonable. Banda is pretty strong, so I may jump on them when I get a good opportunity, depending on how long their war with Apchidu takes. Ooh. Europa. Roma. How much is the population of Rome? 36 million. It's pretty high. Ours is a little bit of a measly population compared to that. And that's definitely a lot of guys. London. That's a lot of guys compared to what I have. They have more guys in a single city than I have in my entire empire. This is going to be hard. And I think now would be a good. Actually, let's do the free gear first. And now I can do closed economy to free trade, which would be completely anathema to most people, but we'll see, especially the empire. We'll see. Think I'll have to wait until the guys demand a lowering of the mobilization before I can do that. Next up is, I'm thinking electronic research speed, then military theorist to gain the army experience, then probably the captain of industry, though I may build captain of industry first. We'll see. I have 100 convoys, even though you can build ships in this game or this version. You can't also raid them, so you know. Actually, you probably can use Air Force to raid the convoys. Nobody's consuming oil. I'm gonna put some music on. If you have any questions about this thing, Are there any big cities in South America? It doesn't seem to be. So you guys get this guy. Has a population of 123,000. There's nothing else. As far as I recall, these guys might have a hive. It's too loud. A little bit too loud. At least the guys next to me have a small military. That's a bonus. Oof. Fragrance. Smells like weed. I think now might be a time to start studying infantry tech as well. Ah, this Bunda will get 100 infrastructure pretty soon. Brazil probably has a mega city. tribes. Huh. They're probably an easier target than I thought they'd be. Still probably goddamn hard. Abjadu is starting to fall. Yemen. There we go. Captain of Industry. There we go. Now I could do the military factories. And if I'm not mistaken, no, they have a 90% even now. That's weird. Did any of these even update? I'm sure that event was broken because this is supposed to be 100. The Immortals are gonna lose to the Archimedes because they have a huge population. I think these numbers are exaggerated considering how bad the Age of Strife was. So by this time, the Emperor has been inactive for around 15,000 years and is just watching shit unfold. And Earth's been ravaged for about 5,000 years, maybe 3,000, and he's done nothing. And he's just, come on, guys, get your shit together. And there you go. And he eventually loses his shit and becomes the God Emperor. Gets bored with us fucking everything up and just decides that we need to evolve to a better race and conquers everybody. But for now, he's just chilling out in the Himalayas. It's actually 30,000, not 31,791. These are still really expensive. How do they steer? I think I'm gonna do the electronics research beat because I need the better computers. It's gonna take a long time. So Abjadu is starting to collapse. The Immortal Empire is doing pretty well, but not for long. They're losing their capital while they're gaining a bunch of meaningless provinces in the south. It's a pretty, bad move. Fuck this one. More research speed is good. Now I finally have military factories. Now I can finally start resupplying my gas. And because I have no resource production, they're basically having to scavenge for all the basic resources, which is surprisingly easy and nuclear post-apocalyptic. This is a damn important piece of work, unifying the industry to get a higher ability to build these factories. And we need, who is this guy, Stilton? We need that guy. Oh, that's bad for the Archimedes. Who's the Macron? Oh, the Immortals are doing pretty well, actually. Oh, there they are. I'm surprised. Usually the Archimedes win this one pretty easily. But things sometimes change. Which of these is better? The Archimedes are non-aligned and the Immortal Empire is fascist. That's probably not a good thing. But considering the Imperium is also fascist, oh, it's not. It's Imperial. Seems like the Archimedes are gonna lose this one. And the Immortals are gonna run into all these minor. Okay, the Macaron have fallen. They're getting pretty close to, I think this might be Tehran. More industry. And more research slots. The slots of research. And there's no desire for any of those. I can do electronics concern. And we have more factories available soon. The Archimedes are really getting fucked. Can sense the chaos gods in the warp. Slaanesh is still slumbering and they really haven't made a hole in the real space. They're just influencing people. Sometime during the Crusades, Slaanesh will wake up and blow away most of the warp storms and leave a few of them, and that's gonna liberate Earth from basically being unable to contact its extrasolar colonies, and that's gonna result in the Great Crusade. The Banta are getting arrogant because they're moving forces to my border while they're still at war with somebody else. If I was the Archimedes, I would withdraw to this defensive line, allowing the Imperials to touch these guys and then be at war with them one by one and bring their units into the war. Because defending this wide a front is gonna result in their guys ending up in these encirclements. I guess they can't move fast enough. Abjidu has capitulated, so the Bantus are growing. Probably gonna avoid growing towards these major powers for now. Seems like a good idea. Some more infantry technology. That's a lot of guys. 600 million. Nice. I'm not gonna be able to take over North America. That's a huge army. It's absolutely gigantic. And North America is chaos, not fascist. I can hear you rummaging around in my head, Jewish, by the way. Don't know if you'll ever actually watch this one, but I can clearly hear you going like, that's us when I looked at the America. Possibly also because of chaos, but I think it's you. Could be wrong. I would fight these guys here, get these guys out, then we draw back here, and those guys lost, and then start withdrawing and take out this pocket while I have the superiority, and withdraw back to the capital. Yeah, now it's a smart time to start doing these researches. Let's go with support weapons. Really surprised that the Archimedes fell. Yeah, a lot of guys are taking the chance to jump on them. The Archimedes basically fell. I think this is about enough. I don't actually. I may want to do that one, but I think I'll do this one first. And I need a truck to do those other companies, and those don't seem relevant yet. Perhaps land doctrine. Seems like think superior firepower might be the right one. And these can be upgraded to bolters, which is modern era sidearms. Running out a lot of resources. It's no longer the year 790, by the way. I'm gonna do new offering. Give support for democracy and a few other things. And I think at this point I might want to do this one. No, how about this one? Nah. I think I might want to do the elusive gentleman, but I need a thing before that. This one, though, I really don't need it. Still have about an hour. It's probably the Masha guys getting to the front, which is causing this one. I have no hive cities. Nothing. And then I will go with democracy. This build up is going quite fast. In basically 2 years, I've gone from 0 factories to 17. You must be allowed to love. It's just a Sims in Finnish, so it sounds like laughing. I'm pretty sure it's laughing, and I'm just hearing it up with all this weird chaos junk. But to me, it sounds like they're singing, "You should be allowed to love," and the word is either your testicle or your shield, depending on which particular note they are singing at the moment. Hope somebody even heard that. It's going to be a huge deal when we finally do get one of those hive cities. Absolutely huge. Archimedes capital is surrounded. If the Immortals win this war, they'll be pretty powerful. Oh, they're being pushed back. They evidently probably run out of manpower. Still need 5,500 bolters to supply my entire army. That's an insane amount. I think I'm gonna wait until I get the technology that gives you a boost to the research speed of the trucks, but it's gonna take me a while. I'm not gonna ban chaos worship with 4% worshiping chaos. I'm not gonna let it overtake the democracy, but some small amount perhaps. Oh, that's bad for the Archimedes. They were just about to get control over the situation. Somalia. Historically, the emperor was pretty impotent until he took the Archimedes Empire and got the population. So this is bad for the region. Now there's a fascist superpower. So next one is obviously war industrialist. At least it gives me some bonus. 18 factories. Slowing down because I no longer get the event bonuses for factories. That and I have nothing to trade with anybody for anything, so I'm not getting much. Has anybody advanced any skills? No. I think I'm gonna upgrade these all to let's see, what are these guys? Barbarian Infantry Division is the largest. And Techno Barbarian Division is probably, these guys are much stronger. So this is easier to modify than this one, and this one also has one support company that I already need, so I'm gonna go with this one. Okay. That's too much. Now would be a good time to do heavy mortar. Because it's much easier to manage a single profile. Once I have enough of that land experience that it may be possible to make another division, I'll think about somebody like a special forces division. But for now, I think this one is good enough. This rapidly increases the demand for things like power armors. At least I get some amount of manpower back. It's all gonna be resupplied back to the front then. There we go. There we go. Slowly demobilizing because I went down in the service by requirement thing. That's a lot of power armors. This is still modeled after the old war Hearts of Iron style. Half an hour or so. Let's see how many I need. 7,000 power armor and about 2,000 infantry equipment. And 600 support equipment. It's going to take me ages to build that much. I think that's actually about right. If I control this planet, I would flood these oceans again as far as I'm capable. Not to the point of inundating things like this particular city that happens to be on the new coastline, but pretty high nonetheless. Maybe a couple of dozen meters. I don't know. Making things like the Earth circumnavigable might be the limit. So you can get from this Atlanta place through like this conduit, and then here and here, or like here, then around the tip of South America through this port, and then here. I don't know how much water it would take, but probably a lot. Sweden, Sweden, Germania. Thinking probably industry. Yeah, it's almost equipment conversion. I don't have field hospital yet. I do have maintenance company. I'll see what I'll put as the companies after I get more of them. Do know that I will put field hospital for ethical reasons. But for that, I think I need the trucks first. Okay, now this guy has 100 infrastructure. Let's build 4 of these, and then this. of the list you go. There we go. Build that one into the reserve. There's a lot of guys by the Bantu on my border. And they're probably hardened combat veterans, while my guys are basically fresh because I just changed their unit profiles. There are some experienced guys in there, but most of them are fresh. And I have nowhere near full supply, and that guy just got the supplies off the defeated guy, so he has a lot. Building 0.8 power armors a day and have a deficit of 7,500. That's how badly ruined my industry is at the start of the game. I think they could start, there we go, demobilize our economy. This one takes us from the recruitable population minus to a no minus, and this one doesn't have the put the women in the factories because essentially everybody's in the factory already. That's about enough. Then I will go from service by requirement to extensive conscription because its only negative is that it costs more time to train units, and that's a really small one. And I won't go to limited on this. This is as low as I'll go with this one. So you may complain that I won't demobilize, but I won't demobilize. Man, I need to take a whiz again, and I just whizzed like 5 seconds ago. Frigging fish and kidneys, you know. So, 1 unit of artillery. Oh, God. Oh, oof. Refreshing feeling. What do I have in engineering section? I think I'll go with construction. Oh. That was a refreshingly strong desire to whiz. And I guarantee you it's going to be back in 5 minutes and it's going to be a full bladder again. Radio is complete. Let's do radio detection. I need to leave pretty soon. Sad that I didn't get to wash my clothes before I headed out to the thingamajiggy because they're gonna stink. I hope they don't really notice it. There we go. That's the one I was looking for. This one. The wanted first company is gonna have anti-air artillery, and then we're gonna save. It's good. Now these guys are completely used. And I need to build anti-air. That's once again one less factory building these guys. And I'm not gonna build an aircraft. These guys have 50 factories. 50 fucking factories. I have 21. And that's just in their capital hive. That's how important hives are. Goes to show how powerful they are. But don't worry, I'll catch up. Max Factories estate. And then to the very last part in the list, somewhere near the center, I believe, here, we'll build a radar station. It gives a mild boost to land and air combat efficiency. And see if there was any seed to be had. Stability is at 100%. Weekly change of -1 to war support that I do not like. Ease up on the conscription will actually be done. Now the system is good. We know the planet is shared and we need to be at war, but not totally so. We're trading with everybody we can. And service is not a requirement, though we are extensively conscripting. So that's good. And this is the anti-tank. I think that's about it. Anti-tank. And we can make the final adjustment to this one. Look, it looks like there's a black hole and, whatever. Okay. And we cannot have the right support yet. So now we are a full democracy. We're not going to waste our energy on scavenging shit because we don't have the manpower. And we need the barbarian army because we need the land experience. Because we need to upgrade our guys. There you go, we ran out of manpower. Because we are demobilizing while being in a basic shithole. I think I'm gonna lose to South America if I go to war with them. Pretty soon. We need to start building resource factories soon. But not yet. Because resource factories only help the military industry, and right now the military industry is a luxury. We have nowhere near enough civilian industry to do anything. No, I'm not going to demobilize our economy. This one seems appropriate because we have a desert province which causes attrition. It's good. And there's the SDC truck tech, which means I can kind of sort of start studying them soon. And here's this guy. We will actually add a maintenance company, and we won't add any of these supports because these will be independents and military police against my ideology. And we will not add anything to here because we already have one of these and it's completely sucking up anything we can mobilize. Cavalry, and light tank, 65. Okay, this is too much. So this seems appropriate. And we're gonna end up sucking all the manpower away. I think we may have the wrong tree for manpower because we're gonna not have manpower for a long time. But as soon as we take the Banda and the South America, we may be able to take Brazil, but it's gonna be a huge fight. If we take Brazil, we touch North America by land, and they have something along the order of 3,000 times more manpower than we do. So if they flip their shit, we're so dead. So perhaps this would be a good thing. And none of these other empires seems appropriate. Trying not to get killed by you. So this is the only high population site they have now. They have a few more. So this is a high population site now. So they have Orlando or that's, I think that's Orlando, and Atlantica. So I have decided to start expanding towards the Americas first, which means I need good relations with America. It'll take a while. For now, I won't spend the energy to influence anyone else. Uh-huh. That is a huge amount of shit that my guys need. So I built 7 factories in a year, and when I started, I built 17 factories in 2 years, slowing down. The trip to the doctors is actually basically a half an hour trip, but I want to leave there with enough time to spare. There we go. And I don't need the air experience. So I think this is the time to start doing this one. My war support is going down too steadily. I don't like that. Because my military is not going to be worth dick when it goes to war with a low war support. Okay, it's starting to be close. And I think military high command and the attrition reducing thing. So I'm gonna get murdered. It's amazing how murdered I'm gonna get. There we go. These are all really expensive. I think I'll do the refining technologies now. Let's see if I can build any new factories. I can. I'll build one social and one military. Starting to have a pretty sizable industry, but I need at least 200 factories to challenge Europe and probably 500 to challenge North America. And I need to whiz again. That's what, 4 times in an hour and a half. Full bladders, all of them with no drip difficulty. So that's how fast the freaking energy drink takes all the water from my body. That is amazing. Shut up about demobilizing the economy. That's 9. That's too low. I hope I can get South America with these numbers. But I don't think I can. I need at least a surplus of like 3,000 of each of these before I can go. So that's gonna take a while. I'm gonna put the light tank in the field as soon as I get the 25 army experience, which is required to put a new thing in a new thing. Then I'll see how long it takes for me to gain core provinces, or if this has automatic cores in all of these. Holy shit, this guy has a lot of industry. Shit, boss, he's gonna fucking ruin me. He's gonna walk all over me like you wouldn't believe. How about the banda? Okay, these guys are way too strong for me. And I'm dead. Let's see if allying with North America does anything. Probably won't. Improved computing machine. Let's do the last technology too. No, I won't demobilize the economy. Advanced machine tools. Too expensive, too expensive, too expensive, too expensive, and too expensive, and then I'll do this one. I should start getting ready soon. I think I will time this to the moment when I have to take a whiz. I really don't like the fact that my war support is so low, but what can you do? There we go. You all get a armored battalion. And we have an armor deficit of 1,000. I like no longer being an addict, therefore I ask that you kick me in the nuts if I buy more than 3 this 3 months. It's a lot of expensive technologies. Uh, 27 factories, that's not bad. One large radar site because it's a long distance site then. The level increases its range, so I get to see far into the other side as well. Might want to build one here too. But we'll see how far that one reaches. A few more minutes. Let's do offensive. And the only one here worth doing is the elusive gentleman. But that requires me to have an intelligence service available, so no rush. World tension is going down slowly, nobody's declaring any wars. Oh, the Imperium expanded a little bit. If these guys expand a lot, they're gonna overrun me like you wouldn't believe. That's the Imperium. That's what they do. Construction for a lot of these things is very slow because I don't have any resources. Homeworld. Fitting. It's my fourth or fifth full bladder in an hour and a half. Come on, energy drink. That's just ridiculous. How much are you dehydrating me? That is just insane. Oil stockpile is almost full. 8 more months. Then when I go to war, it's going to deplete in like a month. Based on how these guys place their forces, the guy has at least 4 times more energy than me, or guys than me. So, be aware that I'm gonna be fucked when I declare war on them. I could wait for one of these other guys to have a war with them and then jump them in the back, but I don't think that's a good idea. I have no idea how they got so powerful. I probably started with a sizable industry. So that's, a bonus for them. And a negative for us. Okay, the adamantium mines are ready. I need to research the atomic research because it gives a research speed, but I don't have the super doctrine or what have you. Actually, I'm not gonna do centrimetric radar. I'm gonna do trucks. I think I'm about ready. That is painful. That one is really, really painful. Yeah, I think I'm done. I'm gonna go get the injection and then you're gonna see me drool like a little boy toy. Thank you for tuning in.